morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Headquarters and Service Battalion, Henderson Hall, Commanding Officer Colonel William D. Hood, welcome to the retirement ceremony in which Master Sergeant Ernest Vance Hagewood will be released from active duty and retired after 23 years of honest and faithful service. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by Lieutenant Garcia and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we come to you today with deep gratitude in our hearts for all of your gifts, family, loved ones, fellow sailors and Marines, and the honor of serving our country. Today we are especially grateful for the 23 years that Master Sergeant Vance Hagewood has given in service to this great nation. We're thankful for the lifetime of experience he has gained here at home and around the world. He demonstrated wisdom, courage, and character every day of his career. The driving force between his service was clearly his desire to impact and lead his Marines. God, we're grateful for his family, his wife Yesenia, his children Sandra, Josiah, and Matthias, who have been his strength and inspiration. Lord, this is a monumental day for them as well, and we acknowledge their service and their sacrifice while supporting their father and husband throughout his career. Lord, as we honor Master Sergeant Hagewood today, I pray that we would carry his example of professionalism with us. Keep us faithful in our duties from dawn to setting sun. We ask all this in your matchless and anointed name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now taking his position in the review area is the retained officer, Colonel Coleman. Ready to be retired. Stand turret. March. Certificate of Retirement. Master Ernest Hagewood was transferred this date from the U.S. Marine Corps to the Fleet Forces to the Marine Corps Reserve after 23 years of honorable and faithful active service. 1 November 2024, Washington, D.C., Eric M. Smith, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Certificate of Appreciation for service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America. I extend my personal gratitude and a sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in our armed forces help protect your fellow Marines, Americans, during a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country, and keep it with long traditions of the finest military in the world, embodying the American ideal of selfless service, our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire future generations to serve with pride and to keep our country secure. You represent the best of our nation, and I join our fellow Americans in saluting your honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. J.R. Biden, Commander-in-Chief. Dear Master in Hagewood, the Marine Corps has been your occupation and family for many years past, and I am certain the memories, interests, and future of the Corps will remain with you forever. Many desire to obtain your accomplished goals, but few can compare to you. You have clearly demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities and professional contributions we seek in our senior Marines. We are proud, as you must be, of your successful career. As a teacher of young Marines, a source of wise counsel, and as an example to those soldierly virtues we admire, you have made a mark on the Corps and will remain long after you have left our active ranks. There are many young Marines you have influenced who will carry on in the same fine tradition that has always characterized the United States Marine Corps. You have my best wishes for good health and continued success in the years ahead. Semper Fidelis, Eric M. Smith, General U.S. Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Dear Master Sergeant Hagewood, congratulations on your retirement. I want to express my heartfelt thanks for many years of devoted service to our country and Corps. You have made tremendous contributions and sacrifices throughout your Marine Corps career, enduring through every challenge and persevering to the end. Our Corps has never been about equipment or accolades, but rather the warfighting spirit that lives deep in our Marines. Your spirit will now live on in those that you have mentored, led, and taught. Though you are hanging your uniform for the last time, our cloth will always have your threads running through it. As you enter this new chapter of life, take pride in all your accomplishments. Your professionalism has set the standard of excellence for your future Marines who will carry on the legacy of the Corps. My wife Andrea and I wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. Remember to stay connected, as our collective legacy depends on it. Semper Fidelis, Carlos A. Ruiz, 20th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Now being escorted is Ms. Hagewood, daughter Sandra, and son Shazia and Matthias. United States Marine Corps Certificate of Appreciation to Yesenia, Sandrita, Shazia, and Matthias Hagewood. On the occasion of the retirement of your husband from the United States Marine Corps, you have earned grateful appreciation for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service as a wife, daughter, and sons of a Marine. Your steadfast support, sacrifice, and understanding made your husband and father's lasting contributions to the United States Marine Corps possible. Your efforts and compromises, like his, contributed significantly to the accomplishment of the Marine Corps' mission and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. On behalf of all Marines, sailors, and a grateful nation, please accept my sincerest thanks for caring and compassionate role that you have played as a key member of the Marine Corps family. William B. Hood, Commanding Officer, Headquarters and Service Battalion, Headquarters Marine Corps, Henderson Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the retired officer, Colonel Caldwell.
All right, well, good morning. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for the honor of allowing me to participate in your ceremony. Thank you, Seth. Thank you for doing it. Thank you very much. So very few people reach this point in their life or their career in the Marine Corps. As many of you know, less than 1% of the U.S. population is ever serving on active duty. somewhere between 10 and 30%, an average of 20% of the people that choose to wear the cloth of the nation will actually go to this one to 20 years and beyond. So it's no small achievement. But in that time, and I'm not going to read his whole bio that you have in the book, Master Hagewood is, served remarkably. He graduated boot camp on the heels of 9/11. He became a tank gunner and driver of the M1 Abrams tank, deployed twice into combat in that role. You'll see on his chest, one of his awards has a V for Valor. 2004, he was in Fallujah during some of the toughest fighting that we've ever done. And then, not only did he deploy twice in combat, but after he joined our occupational field as a combat cameraman, they did their first of 4 tours on Okinawa, and he did multiple deployments with the 31st NEO before coming back here for a little bit more service. Our first kind of run-in, although we didn't see each other in the Pentagon in the 2014 timeframe, almost at that and then eventually they went back to Okinawa, and they did 4 total, with 3 tours, different jobs, back to back. And that's where we crossed paths again, and really got to know one another before we both came back here to the Pentagon, where we were both back. So I just want to say, what Master Hagewood has done, throughout the last 23 years is not common, and is worth memorializing and celebrating in this way. So congratulations on what you did.
I just first want to thank my leadership here, being here for 2 years and trying to figure out when or how I was going to retire and stuff, and then just in the last compressed couple of weeks of how busy our off-field is. I've never worked at such a high level that has so much influence on what the image of Miracle looks like. So being at CD at this level was it was a huge overcoming sensation to try and get spun up and try to be part of the team. But even in the 2 years of my leadership supporting me and being here today, I can't thank you all enough. For the brains in the back, thank you so much for even cutting out time here on Friday. I hope you guys get the rest of the day off. So joined the Marine Corps right out of high school. Was a young family. Really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I thought I was just kind of doing something to get away from Vegas and just kind of do something. But as I was rewriting what I wanted to say, I really thought about what the Marine Corps means to me and what it's brought in my life. I didn't know it was going to bring all of you in my life. You guys are all here because you are part of my life now. It's very hard to look at each individual, it's hard to look at all of you and kind of express, I think, in the depths of what you guys meant to me. But whenever I was unsure of myself or facing difficult times, I could draw on my experience that I had with you all and know that everything's going to be okay. So I have no fears of the future because I'm bringing all of you with me to the future. So I'm going to be okay. I want to thank my beautiful family. There's been times that I question if I made the right choice as a father. Not having kids, be it their, from middle school to high school, neighborhood and stuff, that I make the right decision. And I've asked them, and they were like, no, we loved it. We got to travel the world. They've been to Australia with me, Korea with me, not on ship, but they got to see them. But my kids have been a wonderful support for me. I can't look at their photos without emotions arising from me, because you guys have just been a constant, steady focus. I have the best kids in the world, absolutely, and I'm so happy and fortunate that I get to be your father and to share my passion of being a Marine with you all, and just thank you so much. For my beautiful wife, we made a pact that I was supposed to look this way. I'll do my best. But for my beautiful wife, she was there from the beginning. We met in high school. I was kind of worried about joining the Marine Corps, and she was like, no, you have to. And so I went, 9/11 happened, and the next letter was like, oh my gosh, you joined the Marine Corps. But ever since day one, you've been my rock, you've been my therapist. I can't imagine going forward without you being there. I'm so glad that you were willing to continue holding my hand and carrying me all the way through. We've had a lot of experiences that we have enjoyed and experiences that were hard. You know, a lot of us in the military, all of us here, missing birthdays, special events, PCS moves, replanning things always in flux, and you've just been the most supportive, adjusting, and forward-seeing spouse I could ever imagine being. And I could not have been here today without you. It would have been a very difficult challenge. I want to just thank you so much. Again, I look at all of you for my dragon boat families, from Mari and Oki, for my good friend that I met when we went back to Denfo's, and then we worked together in Oki, Bronco. To my U family, I see all of you guys, and then back to the Pentagon. Sorry, I'm repeating this, but I didn't thank my wife support family here too, who, while I was gone, she had a great support that she would call her sister and thank her. My mom, my sister, my family here, thank you guys for being here. There's just so many things to be given out to all of you guys, and I'm overwhelmed with being here. My last remarks would just be, I didn't realize that the Marine Corps was going to give me so much out of life. I knew I was going to get a paycheck. I knew I was going to get TRICARE. I was hoping for adventure, and I got that. I promise you I got a lot of adventure. Last night I was doing my uniform ready and stuff, because I'm one of those Marines. Being a Lance Corporal, I couldn't wait for this day to come, but being a Mass Sergeant, I wish I had one more year. I wish I had a couple more years. It was kind of a little nerve-wracking last night, but the Marine Corps gave me so much more because of all of you, and it gave me a lifetime of experiences. Gunny Popovich, I cannot tell you how much of an impact you had in my life. He was my first staff NCO at tank school, and I have so many fond memories of even you being mad at me that I because you were just a reason. For my good friend, Forrest Johnson, who's here, we met at MSgt and then found out we were running tanks together, and ever since then we've been like blood brothers. So we were in Bravo Company, 2nd platoon. He was on a different tank. My tank was better because I had Gunny Pop. But I want to thank you for being here too. I don't want to run too much on time. I just want to know, or I just want you all to know that I think of you all very, very much in my heart. And one of my favorite authors, Maya Angelou, she said one time that people might forget what you say, and they might forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel, or how you made them feel. It's clear how they made you feel, and you have all made me feel loved, appreciated, supported. I could trust you. I could rely on you. There's no words that can encompass what you all mean to me. So going forward in life, please stay in touch with me. I will stay in touch with all of you. And we're in this, we're bound, the Marine Corps bind us all together. And I thank you all for being here.
Flowers will now be presented to Ms. Hagewood and the children. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the closing prayer given by Lieutenant Garcia, and remain standing for the plane of Anchors Away, followed by the singing of the Marine Song.
Let us pray. Lord, as we leave here, we reflect on the honor and the courage and the strength that you have given Master Sergeant Hagewood over the past 23 years. We ask that you will continue to sustain him and his family throughout the next 23 and beyond. I pray that you will continue to guide him as he changes over from being top back to being chance. But that he would keep the same fire in his heart, as he will always be a Marine. We ask this in your matchless and anointed name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's retirement ceremony. On behalf of Master Sergeant Hagewood, retired, and his family, thank you for attending. Please remain seated for the presentation of Old Glory and the Watch.
Forward. Mark. Left. 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 Right. Left. Left. Detail. Halt. About. Face.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over the great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, and I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped, I am saluted, I am respected, I am revered, I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Pamatas, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Philippines, Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and a score of places long forgotten by all those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me, and I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th, as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, would never be beaten. Those who will destroy me cannot win, for I am the symbol of freedom, of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and when it is by those whom I have served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped with the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand to watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. been a silent witness to all America's finest hours. My finest hour comes when I am torn to strips, to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades in the field of battle, when I fly at half-mast to honor my Marines, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother. At the graveside of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
Master, when they ask you who you were, you can tell them what we did here. Them things that others were scared to do, you did. Them waters others dared not enter, you swam. Them mountains that others couldn't climb, we conquered and raised our flag. And then bridges that others wouldn't cross, together we crossed them. Together we have celebrated and we have mourned. We have smiled and we have frowned. You have seen death and felt its warm breath on your neck, but that did not faze you, for you were different. You were a warrior. So when they ask you who you were, you can proudly tell them that this was your destiny, to the very last breath of your body, to be a United States Marine. And your legacy shall live on forever, for you were, you are, and forever shall be a United States Marine. That's our ultimate. For 23 years, this Marine has stood the watch. While some of us lay to sleep in our racks at night, this Marine stood the watch. And while others went off to schools to learn their trades and hone their skills, this Marine stood the watch. And yes, even before some of us here today were born into this world, this Marine stood the watch. Our families would look on as the storm clouds of war could be seen brewing on the horizons of history. And this Marine stood the watch. Many days he would look ashore and see his family standing there, needing his help, needing his guidance, needing a hand to hold during the hard times. But he knew that he must stay because he had the watch. For 23 years, Master has had the watch so that we, my brothers and sisters, and my fellow countrymen, could sleep each and every night knowing that the United States Marine had the watch. Well, Master, today you'll be relieved. Relieved by those Marines who have led. Those Marines who have guided. Those Marines you have trained. And those Marines you have molded into exact replica of you who will be left behind to carry out the mission and continue your traditions. Master, you are relieved. Your Marines have the watch. Please retire your cover.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard the watch. I don't know about you, but every time I hear that, it hits me in the feels a little bit. So if you didn't feel that, maybe you should walk outside and come back in and do it again. But it wouldn't be right for us to send now retired Master Sergeant Ernest Vance Hagewood off without putting something in his hand. And not only just putting something in his hand, something he's earned over the years. Without further ado, I'd like to present him with a token of appreciation from Communication Directorate. Sergeant Rivera Monte, are you here? You on deck? Come up here. So, as Master Sergeant prepared for his retirement to move on with his family, started thinking, hey, what would be an appropriate retirement gift for this now retired Marine? And so, you know what, I would love for him to get a shadow box. I was going back and forth with his wife, you know, what would be great for him. She helped me out tremendously, making sure that everything was right for this day. And not only everything was right for this day, this young Marine right here, the sergeant, we're in the back of the graphic shop, putting this thing together. And I thought it meant more, not for me to just come here and throw a few things together, but doing it with the sergeant, because I know that's the way he would want things to be done. So on behalf of the Communication Director, on behalf of the Marine Corps, we want to send you away with the shadow box, and it reads, Master Sergeant Ernest Vance Hagewood, September 7, 2001, October 13, 2004. With great appreciation for your 22 years of loyal, dedicated service to the Marines and the mission. Ernest, you embark on this new chapter. Now that you're forever part of the Marine Corps family, we are grateful for your sacrifices. Thank you for your service to your country.
I'm overwhelmed because you're right, Mr. Guns. You do a PFTC too. Yeah, Messenger Director, I'm so appreciative that it's something that came from the Marines. Me and Sergeant, we knew each other back in Okinawa. We were on different bases, but we had many interactions, and he does great work. But I think this is what I mean when the Marine Corps is giving me so much more than I ever expected when I went to boot camp or decided to join. It's not about what's on here and what I've done or completed. I look at this and I see all of you guys who have helped me do all of this, complete stuff, face trials and tribulations. That's what I see when I look at this, is because I couldn't do it without you guys. You all have, in some way, spoken a kind word to me, or have lifted my spirits up, or given me great advice. And that is what this, remember, this is what I look at, or what I think of when I look at this. And so, thank you so much for the Marines at Communication Directorate, a phenomenal organization to work for. Maybe I'll come back as a civilian as used to. We'll see. And the guys, push you through the fire, but I can't thank you all enough for being here, and thank you so much for this gift and this appreciation. Thank you. That's it. You guys can all give me a hug now.